Hi guys, welcome back. Today I really wanted to talk about discernment. Discernment is everything in mediumship. Discernment is everything in life, really. And it's not something that we focus on developing enough. And it develops by way of doing. But the awareness that discernment can bring can really make your intuitive abilities and mediumship abilities a whole lot stronger. Some of the things that I discern in a mediumship reading is how many spirits are here. I'm able to discern how many energies are around me. I do that. I see them physically with my mind's eye, but I see clairvoyantly in shadows. I don't see things as clear as other people who are clairvoyant. And that's okay because I have different gifts, right? We all sense spirit differently. And so I'm able to discern by just like gray. How many spirits are here. I'm able to discern in a reading what relationship they are to my sitter by understanding if the energy's up here, here, etc. I have different tools of discernment on gender, I have different tools of discernment on the relationship, even the relationship to the sitter emotionally on the earth. Was it a healthy relationship? Was there things left unsaid? I'm able to discern that. I'm able to discern if my client is not being honest, because sometimes in a reading setting, our clients want to hear information so greatly, they'll give false yeses. So I'm able to actually discern in a reading, not only through my communicating with spirit, but from the energy of my client, if they're being honest about their yeses and nos. And I will call you out on it every single time. But it's something that you need to learn to discern. You'll need to learn to discern with your client what stage of grief they're in. If the grief is too thick to be able to connect truly to their loved one. If you'll need to discern if they have a certain amount of skepticism, whether it's healthy or it's going to be a block for you. I've had readings where people have been so skeptical I couldn't make a clear connection. And so I'm only proving them right in their skepticism because they come in with this energy. And so because I was able to discern that so clearly early on, I don't attract that anymore because I'm so clear on who I want to work with and how I want to serve. So discernment, I believe, could be practiced through the language of spirit. You're going to see time and time again me referencing this because it's one of the greatest intuitive and mediumship development tools you could have. I have a whole course on it, the language of spirit. You can go to myspiritschool.com, check it out. It's like super affordable. It's 6 hours of learning the Clairs and how to discern information from the world of spirit through the language of spirit, through the different abilities that we each have. It's just some are more natural and others require a little bit more development than the others. For me, I'm very naturally clairsentient and claircognizant. I had to learn to develop my clairaudience and my clairvoyance. And so I put a lot of my focus and effort in my development into those areas, which are my weakness, not my strength. So discernment, what does it feel like? For me, it's an inside job. It may be because I am very clairsentient, but I get it through my heart, my solar plexus, and my sacral chakras. It's literally a gut feeling. Like when I have a client who's given me a false yes, it's like I go cold. Or if I'm saying information that I know is not landing for my client, then my energy drops and I can actually feel me being dropped down. It's like you hit this vibration, then you kind of like plummet down. You feel very grounded in that moment. It's almost like my body goes a bit cold. So that's how I'm able to discern if the information that I'm giving is not landing, not understood, or just quite frankly incorrect because of my language of spirit. Discerning people's relationships and how they pass is like very important as a piece of validating evidence for people to gain confident that you're connected with their loved ones. So I have another video on this, but how I receive people's passings is physical sensations in my body. But I receive the same physical sign for people who were Catholic, people who crossed themselves over, and people who came through with an apology. They all made me feel like I was in trouble. And so my cheeks would get flushed, my hands would go a bit numb, like I had a full nervous system experience. And when I was first working out, discerning what was what to try to be a little bit more accurate, not so vague, I used to say, I feel like, I'm just going to use this example, your mom is either Catholic, crossed herself over, or has an apology. So I had to nail it down. I did do that for a while and it was fine because I had to learn how to discern it. Now I'm able to go into a reading where I can clearly discern that feeling and understand which one it is. Same with the chest. I would get a pain on my chest if it was breast cancer or heart attack. They felt the same, and pneumonia. So I had to learn through courage and confidence and practice putting myself out there there, being okay getting it wrong, that, okay, this is breast cancer. Yes, okay, breast cancer, perfect. So you're able to discern. It's almost like the claircognizance kicks in once you do the work and transcend the ego where you're like afraid of saying anything because you're afraid of getting it wrong. So there are so many different ways to develop discernment, but you need to develop it. I would develop it day to day. You have a moment of discernment at every opportunity. What route to take on the way to work? What parking spot are you going to get at the grocery store? What kind of disposition is your partner going to be in today? How do you navigate multiple personalities literally at the workplace? Like, it's all discernment. I used to be able to walk into a meeting because I'm so empathetic when I was in the corporate world, and understand how I needed to show up that day because of the energy of the room. I had to discern the energy of the room and be like, okay, I'm a saleswoman today, or today I'm just listening, or today I shouldn't speak up because the energy is a little bit intense. So you have to be able to discern that. Same when you have a client who comes and sit with you, to kind of like understand the energy of them so that you can match their vibration a little bit. I'm a pretty extroverted person. I have a big personality, but there are some energies who sit in front of me, whether it's online or in person here in Squamish, where that kind of personality won't land very well. So it's like you have to be a bit of a chameleon. You have to know how to show up for different people so that how they perceive you is not necessarily part of the reading, because what they're there for is to feel the essence of spirit, to receive the message from spirit, and not have you as a show woman, right? So how do I take myself out of this so that they can feel the essence of spirit better? Whereas other people, to come to ease and to fully surrender in the experience, I need to show a little bit more personality so that they know I'm not crazy, that I'm not like, somebody who's like way too woo or out there. I'm way more woo with some clients than others, but how I show up is all around discernment. So pay attention to how you're receiving your information. Pay attention to the clients who are attracted to you. Pay attention to things in your everyday life and find the opportunities to discern so that you become more aware of what discernment is, the sovereignty you will have over the choices that you have to make, and that muscle will continue to get bigger and stronger and better. But trust me when I say discernment is everything in this work. So get to work.